Connect. Okay. I think the whole assert is wrong. This characteristic does not have, it's not a range, so I do not need a filsec. So the number is just 0, period. Maybe it was a test for that specific test, even setting it exactly to 1 was weird. Can try it like this. Let's just see where we get stuck. Delete the assert. Okay, see the mouse enter, but pipeline is never available. Okay, pipeline is not available, pipeline is not created, tasks are hanging, tasks are waiting. What are they waiting for? And why on earth do I not have no colors anymore? Okay. I have no colors because this application wasn't updated to use colors, so TT is using colors. Nope, I lost my colors. Let's fix that first. Threadpool, debug colors, or just in Threadpool. Oh, it didn't look. Why would this stop working? Well, this thing is undefining scope begin and redefining it, and that's causing us to have the colors, I think. Pretty sure. So I need this to be defined. This is defined, I'm sure of that. And if this is being included, then we don't get an error, then this will also be defined. So the main question is it included, and is this true? We can check that both at once, adding an error here. Really? Probably not included then, right? Yeah, it's not part of... it's not included, I think. Oh. Nobody's even attempting to include it. I'm at a detached head. Why on earth am I at a detached head here? What the... What? Okay, I'm shocked. I went back. I did a git checkout master. I'm 100% sure. It's E63119. Is this one? That should be master. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. That's Threadpool. Ta-da! We are in master. But yeah, nobody's including it, and I don't think that... Yeah, that doesn't change the function of the directory. That does not make any sense. Because I cannot remember from where it should be included. Maybe GS. Yeah, debug.h. It's not part of the project, is it? Well, it is, but apparently not. So apparently that is not defined. So I can do test that here, error, get here, error we get here, and we get here. I don't think we get there. No, we don't get there. So this is not defined. Why is it not defined? If my memory is actually helping me. I'm pretty sure I added a configuration file to threadpool. That should be defining it. So config.h in aha, and it is called debug threadpool colors here. So I made a mistake there. Do something very rigorous, like find type f grep. No, execute grep minus L. That. Still, such things are really weird. How can I have not noticed that before? Yeah. Now we get there. Yep, we have colors again. And also here. Okay, well, back to the problem. It's hanging, right? So, yeah, I have no idea. I'll just look at the debug output, I guess. See if I can find out what is hanging. Oh, wait a bit. It's gonna say pipeline not available. Okay. Pipeline not available. A lot of time on a row. So not just once, but really a lot. So like here, yeah. I guess this is an upload of a texture that I just finished. Now you don't have colors again. I'll try less. It's not really working. Nope. I think I should search upwards for weight. Because we are waiting. It doesn't even say which line number we are in. Less is so bad. Okay, but this is where we're hanging. Now I go up. And these things are probably not interesting. What is it to begin with? Semaphore watcher. Yeah, well. Central task, wait. Immediate submit queue. Another semaphore watcher. Let me highlight this as well. So here you can see what it is running, which task is running. So this is immediate submit queue, this is semaphore watcher, copy data to GPU, and I lost it again. Click here, go up. Yeah, pipeline factory is at characteristics initialized, and it is waiting for characteristics filled. So might be more tasks that hang, but if the pipeline factory is hanging, that's good enough for me. And it is this task, so we can highlight that or search for that. Go both. Waiting for a characteristic field, right? So go down, searching for this pointer, and then that's the last one. 2. The pipeline factory is hanging on waiting for characteristic field. And that happens while running this state. Probably must be something super obvious, right? I mean, I have been working, well, sort of working Vulkan engine now, and I just patched up an old test. That test was working before I patched it up, and now I patch it up with the changes that I made, and it stops working. So, expected is that we just have to change that old application. Something else I changed. To the pipeline factory is running this. Yeah, we should already have seen a set state then for the multi-loop for loop. I want to see that. Now I do less and I have to start over. It's very annoying. See, that's not working. I need colors to work in VI or new Vim. Yes, I do listen to music. I'm listening to the same music as I broadcast in the background. Okay, well, let's try it without colors. So go to the bottom and I search upwards for pipeline factory. Upwards for pipeline factory, and then we see here it runs characteristic initialized, wait for characteristic field, and then afterwards it's no longer running. That was what we found. I think this is 69%, 48%, so yes, that's the last one. And my question was, yes it is. So it's running this state here and then it's calling this set state. Let's just use another tab and then have a look in wrong button. Well, you believe I'm sad or pissed off or just, you know, before the weekend I lost 450 euros on the stock market in a way that pissed me off. And today I'm equally pissed off, maybe even worse, because now it went up again. What do people want? Just for the weekend I lose 450 euros. I sold even because I was, wow, it's going down. And now just as happy, it went up 3%. So now I really lost it, if you understand what I mean. I should not have sold. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, never mind me. No, not. It's a Monday today. But on Friday I lost some money, and if I just had not sold, I would now have had 440 euros or more gain instead of loss. But I sold and I didn't buy back. I was like, well, it's going down, so I'm scared. If I buy again, I'm losing again 500 euros. So let's wait and see what happens. And then the weekend after that, complete recovery. I hate those guys. And I don't dare to get in now because on Wednesday they come with an annual report, and at the same time, of course, they just have to combine that our prime minister is going to say that they will screw this company. I'm sure of it. Our prime minister went last week to America to talk with Biden about this company, and Biden wants our Dutch company to not sell anymore to China. And the manager of the company said, "Well, we are already, not selling a lot to China anyway. So we don't want to do this. We want to just, I don't know how he said it exactly, but he didn't agree with the extra restrictions." And then the prime minister went to talk with Biden, and he said stuff like, I don't know what he lied, but he's always lying. This guy is always lying. So he was saying certain things that came down to that he was, going to defend our company and not give in to Biden. But I know him. He's just lying, and he's going to give in completely. So Wednesday he will be saying that he's going to force our Dutch company not to sell to China. I'm sure. Thank you, Prime Minister. I don't know. I think it's going to go down, but apparently other people don't. It's going up again, 3%. I hate it. Let me see what the graph is of today. So ASML live stock or something. What is it? Live feed. Live price. No, that's in dollars, not in euros. Yeah. Yep. I think I sold for 590 or something like that before the weekend, and now it opens at 600, and it goes up and up and up and up. Now it's 650. What a bloody difference. I think this is the top. It hasn't been this high before. People just don't know what they want. Morons. I don't want to see it. Anyway, I don't know. I could. I don't want to buy. I don't want to see it anymore. It's certainly not. I'll see what happens after Wednesday. And you see that after Wednesday, because I don't have it, it's gonna go to 680. And if I buy it, it's gonna go to 570. it's one or the other. You always want to get me. You bought Alibaba? Yeah, Alibaba went only down because of the Chinese Communist Party. What is his name? Owner of Alibaba. Jack Ma. He said something negative, just like one sentence in public about the Chinese Communist Party. He vanished from the earth, 2 weeks, probably being tortured and stuff like that. And then they screwed his company over and over, and he doesn't even dare to talk anymore. Before he was in public all the time, and now you barely can see Jack Ma walking around, and they scared him to death, I think, and his company is completely broken. All thanks to the CCP. It's really great to live in a totalitarian country. He's not in China anymore, are you sure? He's still more or less in hiding. At the very least, He's broken enough not to want to appear in public anymore. Oh, okay. Well, good for him. That they let him go. Maybe they threatened sending a sniper after him if he if he would say anything in public that they didn't like. Yeah. Bigger, meaner. Tegma is not very intelligent. He had a very poor youth. Just by hard work and a lot of luck. Especially being there at the right time. In the right place. But yeah, also taking the risk, I guess. He must have been a hard worker. Definitely. He managed to get filthy risks out of absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Was very poor, I think. So yeah, pretty good. I think it's always a lot of luck. It's always a combination of everything. Hard work, the right time, and a lot of luck. Because there's only so few people in the world that can actually become rich. And all the other 1 million people that went the same route as him, you don't see. You don't hear about. It's like winning the lottery. But I thought he kind of lost everything. I'm not sure how rich he is now, but he can't have much. Chat again. Okay, I'm gonna click away from chat for a moment, because it keeps happening otherwise. I closed git k. And then I want to... Did close git k? Apparently. Yeah, I'm going to look in this window for so this is followed by a call to set state for the multi-loop for loop. That one. Then we get set state for the while loop. So this is just a fall through. That will be this one. There is no range, and there is only one characteristic, so we have only one for loop that loops over a single value, so it doesn't loop at all. So most of this is totally not important to understand. Here's the inner loop, so we get here exactly once. And then we count the number of characteristics that need do fill signals, and we don't have any. So that ends up being 0. Is that being printed? Let's see what's the next output here. Set state. Again. How often do I set a state though? Would imagine this once. Continue here. Don't get it. But okay, like I said, that part is probably not very important, hopefully. Next we got set state, this characteristic field. And that only happens here. And then we never recover. So we do get here. Let's ignore one of the while loop stuff things. I don't know. The problem is it's we just I removed the assert here, and I just established that it was normal, that then the number of running characteristics tasks that need to fill is 0, and I'm still waiting for it. So it's kind of logical that we'll block here then. But if I skip the do fill, then what would happen? We do filled. Prepare shader resource declarations. So that's still necessary. I guess it just should not wait when there is no such task. I cannot make local variables here. Unless I do that, of course, then I can make local variables. Set state filled, and then I can wait. If I don't wait, I might as well fall through. No, I don't know. It should not break my textures thing. And what does it do with the FRC? Crash. Well, that's better, I guess. Now trying to compile, but fails to compile. It's not replacing that thing. And this, that is the same thing, and this one. Push constant work, but the physics buffer stuff is not being replaced. So not seeing a highlight in debug output that shows that there's even a validation error before that. Yeah, I don't think it's probably not being added to mshare variables or something. Let's see if we can find anything. Oops, well. Bum, 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 bum. Someone has to open. This one. I was going to look for what? This is ridiculous. I wanted to open the troop file to search for something, but that didn't work immediately, and now I don't know what I wanted to search for anymore. I'll do the search for that. So, it says registering, but it's not replacing this string in the shader. While, for example, it is replacing push constants. For example, that one. Position y times becomes... Yeah, that's replaced. So output looks like there. So looking for it and it finds it, but it's especially looking for it. And the other thing, it isn't even looking for it. Yep, my vertex buffer stuff is not in M shaders. Okay, so how should that be, and how should it end up there? Well, how should it end up in shader variables? There's one possibility. Comment, for loop over it, another one over it. Here's another pushback. Feedback output, for loop, another pushback. Loads and loads of pushbacks. Might as well highlight them all. Okay, interesting news there. Look at it, what it exactly said. Oh my god. In Europe, as of this week, it is allowed in Europe to add insects, crickets, and larva. Something larva. It's allowed to add that to products like pasta, bread, sauce, snacks. So you won't even know when you're eating insects. They're just forcing it into your food. Way to go, Wef. Okay, buy stocks in companies that deal in insects, I guess. Well, probably already too late. No, if I can help it, I'm not going to eat insects. My God. Prepare combined image samples. So that one worked. Prepare uniform buffer declaration. Add shader variable, which is the general thing, I guess. I don't get it, but well. Copy shader variables. Yep, that should be the one. So this must be called at some point. And it is just once. Immediately followed by a preprocess. Let's add a little bit more debug output then to know that what it is doing. Maybe even run it in the debugger. Put a breakpoint there. Let's put a breakpoint here. I see it. It's called it once, so. Running FRC. GDB2 FRC. Break. Run. Many shackle. Well, rewriting would be like you start over from scratch. So no line is the same as a previous line. Refactoring is more like you move stuff a lot. So which was once in a one big object, you make many objects of it, and spread it over many files. So there's a lot of code that is just moved, and that often then requires, of course, also to add a lot of new code and change the API maybe. The number of change lines is probably a lot less than the number of lines that you keep intact. Okay. Hey, Omnic is back. GLS LED full to begin. I just want to see the thing. Print it. Yeah, there's lots in it, but not what I wanted probably. Just 3 elements. Oh, so it is not called. It is being called, but just for IMG. This is being called from IMG. Well, Omnic, yeah. Well, apart from me missing out on huge gains on the stock market, the code is going okay. Yes, I think I have to stick to my plan, otherwise I'll regret it like no tomorrow. My plan was not to trade until after Wednesday. Hopefully it will go down on Wednesday. Because otherwise I'll have like thousands of euros missed, I think. Maybe, I don't know, if I could react fast enough, but that's not how it works. I should just buy and then sit there on my mouse hoovering over sell. But you still make loss then, but at least it's like, let's say it's 50%, or maybe you make 500 euros loss. 50%, or I make, I don't know, more than 500 gain anyway. So then statistically, you should get in, you know? Because I don't know what will happen. And then either you ride up or you sell as quick as you can. But I'm afraid I'm not fast enough. So those things that just suddenly happen. People see the news and then the stock starts plummeting down. I might have gone to the bathroom at that moment. Yeah, or you could, you know, add what is it called? Stop loss. So if it starts plummeting, so then the loss becomes doubled probably, because first it has to drop a significant amount, and then you say, okay, sell it, and then it drops even more. So let's say I lose €1,000 then, but okay, at least, you know, it would be limited. And then you'll see that at the moment the news comes out of something, or at the moment I'm doing something else for a short moment, it's gonna drop. I sell at the very bottom, and then people will realize that the news wasn't bad like last time, and it goes up again. this last I had a graph like this. Let's click. And of course I've kind of sold here, you know. Sold here, and I didn't have anything anymore by the time the stock was there. So frustrating. There was some news that nobody understood, so they didn't know it was bad or good. It's kind of funny, but not funny if you by accident sell, because I had an automatic sell. Was also yeah. So I sold. It dropped, and no, I had an automatic buy actually. So it was like going down slowly, and I thought, well, if it comes here, I'll buy. And what happens? It was here, and then boing, went like this. So I bought here, and then it went way down. So then I sold here with lots of loss, and then it went way up again. Yeah, I mean, you can have just the horrible luck and not have the stock, see this happening and say, let's buy randomly, and then notice that it goes up as much as twice as much. I mean, there's always people that have extreme luck at that moment. Statistically. Today I literally thought I'm not going to trade because I'll be pissed. I'll be more pissed if I lose money than that I will piss when I miss out on a gain. So now I didn't lose any. I didn't lose anything, but I could have completely wiped out my losses from last Thursday. And it turns out it pisses me off almost as much. I forgot what I was doing. Yes, quit, yes. Why would I want to do? Alright. So this function is not being called then. Copy shader variables is being called from imgu, but it's not being called when I want it to be called. And normally, the imgu here, normally that would be a call from here, I guess. Yeah, that's the only place where it's actually being called. That's characteristic range. Okay. Even I understand that immediately. Yeah. Initialize, right? Bing. Well, that was missing there, and I'm sitting in the dark again. Let me turn on the light and close the curtain. Because otherwise, I'm sitting in the light, and the curtains are open. Everyone will look inside. It compiles and crashed again. Oh, that one is even more interesting. I never saw that one before. Just missing declaration. So it did replace it now, but declaration was not generated. Yeah, nice. Everything was got replaced. Everything got replaced. Was there any other one that actually succeeded? No, there wasn't. Yeah, something else, but it's just unpreprocessed. Compiling. Oh, there is something here that succeeded to compile. Oh, that's imgu stuff. Yeah, that doesn't count. Pure imgu. It doesn't not only count, it's also wrong. Something's wrong with imgu, I guess. Yeah, this is imgu. imgu is also still not working. Okay, what is missing here then? We have declaration added for the push constant, but not for... this is a vertex shader? Yeah. So same thing, now we do the replacement, but we do not do any declaration of the vertex buffer stuff. And then it stops before we get to see that for the fragment shader. Oh, that is an array. Thought I didn't have any arrays. It's apparently it is an array, and I'm only using one. So it is and it isn't an array. Could that be the reason? I don't know. Vertex data and position, instance data, both must have a size of at least 2. Apparently. The CD to source test frame something, yeah. Instance data.h. My God, it's an array of size 3. In position, vertex data. Oh, that's not an array. Well, this is also an array. In position. Yeah, I have to tell the code that that is the case. Not sure. Maybe the declaration didn't get through because I forgot to do that. It seems unlikely. Very unlikely, I must say. I mean, can't be it. But let's add that array size anyway. So this was M position. Let's say vertex data M position is a size of 3, and instance data also M position. Also a size of 3. Maybe I'm actually, no, I'm not using it. Okay, where do we add that? In the .h. There was something that set array size, or what was it? Something with next, something was bounded. Yeah, set array size. Yes, and then set bindings flags. Set GLSL ID postfix. Set GLSL ID postfix. Oh, it's commented out, so I can uncomment it. No, those are binding flags. So we add this. And then we also have a T. And it is a bounded array actually. And the size is 3. I'm not sure how unbounded even works. Let's start with bounded anyway. But no, we're doing combined image samples here now. Wait a minute, that's not what it is. Talking about vertex buffer stuff. That's nonsense. Yeah, I think it should go automatically then, or I don't know. Go automatically when it is bounded anyway. Should look into that. Yep, forget about this. I don't know. Let's Why do I not have declarations? They just process stuff. Sure. Every time something is found, it's put in a declaration context. So and then we run over all the declaration contexts. Dinner time. No, it should go cook, I guess. Declaration contexts. Okay, we should be calling generate one on those, but let's first look at if my things are being found or not. I guess they should be found. They must be found. What? Did we go to the top? 83%, 84%. Only push constants. 67%. Yeah, I'm Guam and push constants. So it's never looking for it. How can that be replacing it? Flabbergasted here. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, it didn't. It didn't replace it. But it's the combined image samplers. Yeah, this was all changed. Oh yeah, we have trying. That's substitutions. but no looking for. Not getting it. Yeah, I don't know. It seems that at the moment that it's doing the looking for stuff, it's not in the list because we're not looking for it. As far as I understand it, that would cause that we don't have any declaration, so that's not good. Why is it not in the list then here at this point? The moment we enter preprocess 1, which list? So that would be the list that prints looking for. That's here. It's the only place as far as I know. Those are mshader variables. So again, it seems that either it's not being added to mshader variables or it's added too late. And I guess we need to know which. So I'm going again to look for mshader variables. Dot something. We have all those pushbacks here. This is a combined image sampler, and this was a uniform buffer, and then we have 209. This one, it's a call to add shader variable from somewhere. To look at that as well. Let me first go to the next one. Assert. This pushback here. Copy shader variables. Yeah, I think that this is the one. Then. And I added the copy shader variables a second ago. So now it should be called. So it should be called twice. I did compile it. After that, yes. Let's set a breakpoint again here. Run in GDB FRC break run. The first call is from IMQ, I suppose. Maybe the only call. And that's IMQ, so to continue. And we are bored, so we don't get there. We still don't get there. Gotta be kidding me. .cxx. Okay, so I added this and it's not being called, so we never get here. Copy shader variables. We will have to ask for the music. Why? That's a current song. Yawn. Why is this never called? It's never called apparently. Now the other one, the other executable that already works is using this. So let's see how that works there. Must be one of these. Okay, do that. I need to pre-process. I think I'm simply missing this, and I have to split it into pre-process and compile. And that's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's do the trick again. And then we go here, and then we do vi window .h dot slash textures slash window .h, and then I need multiplex somewhere, and then we go to the bottom of, well, one is a bit small. Next one. You go to the bottom of initialize, and that's followed by compile. This one has a set continue state. Where am I? One more file to edit. Still want to know it. Really? No, that's interesting. Yep, and then we do a break here, which is possible, and then the compile. Wait, this continues to compile. Oh, state characteristic compiled. Is it the same thing as here? Compiled. Set continuous state characteristic range fill. Don't have a continuous state. Pom 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 pom. characteristic range continue or terminate also? I think we do. Expected state is filled. What am I talking about? Oh, this is a bloody range. Sorry. Zip. This one is so small. Only initial. Huh? What? What? Finish. Initialized. Finish. It's not even a compile state. Preprocess or compile state. I'm so confused. No, I would say that this thing here is like, it possibly has a preprocessed signal, needs a preprocessed signal, and that's it. So I don't think I need a separate compile. Do. We do have it. I have it. Initialize. Compile. I think I need to have a new state here. Preprocess. And I don't want to have compile. Oh, so vague. But you cannot just break. So at the end of initialize. What the hell? Green functions are easier. Or they greens functions. That was about the point where I gave up in university to understand what I meant. Greens functions. Well, I thought it was a red pill and a blue pill, not a green pill, no. And I should be cooking. But argh. What is going on here and why cannot understand this? Let me concentrate. This is a range and it is divided into initialize, fill, preprocess, compile, and then back to fill. And we can see that all of them are being used because we have initialized, that is run after initialize, filled, that is run after fill, preprocessed, which is run after preprocess, and compiled, which is run after compile. Now I never tested the other one, so it might be broken, unfortunately. But the other one, that is not a range. Characteristic. Just has preprocessed and compiled and initialized. Why in this order? Nobody knows. Ridiculous. Immediately going to change that. This one begins with initialized and then preprocessed and compiled. We also have a continue or terminate. Wait. Begins with direct base type state end. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That can. Oh wait. I'm just reusing those values here. Okay. Because this one is derived from characteristic range, sorry. Characteristic is derived from characteristic range. To make it easier. That's really code that nobody can understand. It just has to work, otherwise we'll go nuts. But yes, anyway, we do have a preprocessed and a compiled and an initialized. And the order is like this because this value is larger than those values, because these are base class values. Then I guess we also inherit, no we don't. Okay, initialize preprocess compiles. Yeah, so only initialize is being done here. And the rest is done by the base class. Because we're just using the same values. Or that's why we're using the same values. So a glorified if. But okay, since we do have an initialized to begin with, and this is never called, I have to look at how that is ever executed in the other case, where we have a characteristic range initialized. That's pretty annoying. What? Is that possible? Unknown someone is editing my file. You see, at the end of initialize we do this, and that is necessary, otherwise we'll never copy those stuff that is missing. So I have to do this at the end of initialize, and then I mean after adding stuff, define the pipeline before pre-processing. So you have my initialize, and then we do add, and you have to do that. But using the break here, I thought I was using a trick here. I'm not using a trick here. Okay. No. And then we are having no range, so I'm using initialized. And the continuous state is not fill, but is preprocess. So we need a preprocess. Which we don't have. Let's call this preprocess. And that is compiled, but I don't think we need it. Anyway. Oh, this is initialized, sorry, yeah. This definitely need to be preprocessed. No, let's delete this thing. So now preprocess, doing preprocess stuff, and then we do here set continuous state compile, but I don't think I'm allowed to have a compile because we didn't have a compiled, or did we have a compiled? We did have a compiled, didn't we? You can see that here. Characteristic initialized. Yeah, we have preprocessed. After preprocessing and compiled over compiling. So here we are preprocessed, and the continuous state is compile, so I still need that. You have to re-add it. Yeah. So after initialize, we want to continue in preprocess, and we have to run the base class state characteristic initialized. And then we do preprocessing, and we want to continue and compile, and we do must run the base class characteristic preprocessed. And then we compile here, and then at the end we must run the base class state characteristic compiled. Where do we want to continue? Do I have to set a continue state? I think I do, because characteristic compiled doesn't exist. What the fuck? Seriously? That's .cxx. Excuse me more. No, that's this one. That calls finish already. So we don't need any continue stuff. So this should be okay then, ish, yes. No waving dead chickens around and stuff like that. Try to compile this. Oh, that's the one, the mysterious editor. Yeah, new scope. Gotta redo the window thing. And again. Crash, crash. Yeah. While running characteristic preprocessed state frame resource count pipeline characteristic compile should have ended with run state is characteristic range initialized, or it forgot to add set continue state with the correct value. So this says that I do need to call set continue state. But I don't, so I think this whole error is wrong. I was confused, so I'm gonna do this. With the correct value is maybe, I don't know. You see, this is not true. We just compiled. No, we didn't compile. I don't know what we just did. That is compile. Compile should have ended with set continuous state preprocessed. I don't think so. Damn it. I don't know this anymore. Anyway, I don't think this is wrong, so the reason it's not wrong is because we are running. Compiled, right? Or not? No, we're running characteristic preprocessed. Damn it, what is this? Should never have gotten here. I mean, it said we did already compiled. Now I don't know what it run. It's very confusing, this. Okay, so This is a different characteristic, and after that it runs initialize on the frame resource count pipeline characteristic, which then peaks if it needs to terminate, and if not, then we run the next one, which is preprocess, no compile whatsoever inside. That was this line. Yeah, I need to know where to put my breakpoint. Are we getting that? So that looks like it works partially. We do not have the IMGU interface. And I think I'm missing a texture here. There must be a texture in each of these things. But for the rest, definitely compiled all the shaders now. Let's have a look at takes a horrible amount of time before it fills this, but I think that was before as well, so that's normal-ish. Yeah, troop. Compiling. That's IMGU. I don't know what that is. Probably also IMGU. And this is vertex shader. And now we have our declarations. You see it did automatically make it an array, so that worked. The declaration of the push constant was added. So it's all that we were using PC5, which is not really true, but it's in a comment. Currently that means use. And we're using the aspect scale. So the rest is not shown, but by using an offset and just stopping here, we can declare both. But then what is in the middle also has to be added. So that works, or still works. Okay, well, the vertex shader kind of works, right? It looked good. And then I have finally a fragment shader. And one of those textures didn't really make it. The declarations are there. It's put in the same descriptor set apparently. Push constant, I never really changed that, so that still works. Yeah, and this fakes using PC2 and 4. So then we have an offset 4 because we need PC2 and also PC4 here at the end. And aspect scale then appears, although that's not being used here. Now hopefully we have validation errors to guide us with the rest. And I know we have a validation error for the IMGU, so Validation error in function. Vertex shader consumes input at location 0 but not provided. But yeah, I have to make dinner, guys, otherwise it just gets later and I have to eat at some point anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to make dinner, okay? So